it is located there, so it's easy to find.
Were you playing that off your YouTube channel?
Yes.
That's why it was so cloudy.
Because I usually do it from there, and it usually works out well. So that surprised me this time. But all good. You got the idea.
Right. It's an excellent video. Excellent. I can see where that would appeal to kids.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, in all ages of the heart is basically what it is. So we're born into this world into diapers, and we're basically expressing, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, change my diapers, mommy and daddy. Where we may be back in a nursing home, same thing happening, telling our nurse or caretaker that we need these, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, change my diapers. And tomorrow I'm honored guest to be on Michael Hummel's podcast for diversity, and he is talking about caregivers. So again, we got great things that are happening here on the World of Ability, and we expect Trina to join us as a daycare director to help kick off the book club for Chapter 1, Hawaiian Vacation. And when she joins us, as well as Leah McLaughlin later on this video. So nice to meet everybody. Aloha.
Aloha. You know, I was just saying, I was on a podcast the other day, and I was just saying the stuff that I've been seeing, we're beginning to, 2026 is going to be geared towards spending more effort and time with caretakers than so much with the person that needed the care, because the caretakers need the care. Because if they're upset, frustrated, anxious, it's going to come across in the care.
That's true. That's very true. I think that there's even a local place here that is a respite for the caregivers, that they have time to get away and take care of themselves. And oh yeah, and Rob, I'm seeing you've got to go. It's all good. You're welcome back here anytime. I'm glad you're able to hop on for a bit. We're here until 3 o'clock, so we've got some time. If you end up with enough time to come back, feel free. We'll still be here. So, but yeah, I think the caregivers get kind of forgotten about, right? They need help along the way too, because it's a big job. If it's a family member or if you're hired in, you know, there's different aspects to that. But I mean, we have a friend that we literally were helping her this morning with live streaming her husband's funeral, because they had so many family members that could not attend because they live too far away. She knows that we do a lot online and was asking if we could help to do that piece so that they were on Zoom with us and they were able to be there without physically being there. And I even think about her too, that she has been spending so much time over the last 10 years with the care for her husband, because he had a health issue that was something that she had to work with a lot, right? And I know we're gonna have to keep checking in on her in the upcoming days, weeks, months, just to make sure she gets back on good footing, because that's been a big thing for her for a long time.
How long were they married?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 years.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, they were missionaries together, and yeah,
that's got really tough.
A story. So yeah, so I totally agree with what you're saying there. And I'm happy to hear that's going to be a focus this upcoming year. Wow.
It is, and medical professionals now need caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the ones that are working in big company, what do you call it? Company practices, institution owned, right? Where they're not the boss, and you know they're told this is the way you're going to practice medicine. That's it. For the young guys, that may be good, but it's not the old guys. Right.
It's tough. You got minimums. You got to keep up with all the things. And I can't even imagine how difficult that is. And then to have that added stress of that part.
What do they call them? CPKs? monthly. It's your numbers, and salespeople have that.
Mhm. Different way to look at it.
I'm happy I'm not doing that. I'm happy.
Were you ever in that kind of a role, or have you always been independent?
I had at one time I had 3 clinics in 2 states, and I had 18 people working for me. I actually had clinics in California, Texas, and Florida. And then I realized I wasn't going to be the richest man in the cemetery, so I got out of California. I hate California. Where?
Yeah, where in California?
San Diego.
Okay.
See, where you are, that's the nice part of California.
Yes, I was in San Francisco in the Silicon Valley, yeah, and I loved it.
Okay. Every time I got on the airplane, I used to stand and say, "Who would want to live here? You can't breathe the air, you can't drink the water." But I learned an awful lot in my practice out there. So then I just have here, and when you got 18 people working for you, they're all dependent on you, and you got to produce. So I did that for about 15 years.
Was your clinic a holistic clinic?
I was doing holistic medicine so long ago, they spelled it with a W. It's true.
Love that.
It's true. They spelled it with a W. Yeah, my clinic, actually, we were doing electromedicine. We were doing electricity, magnetics, acupuncture, herbs, supplements that I had to go out and I had to put together because they weren't in a package. So if I had somebody that was, and I treated everything for inflammation. And I wrote a paper in 1991 that the body was a battery. And I wrote a paper in 1993 that there's a connection between the gut and the brain.
Would you like to make a guest appearance on my show?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, we'll arrange that. Because
if we can tell people they can fix what they are. I mean, we tell people, no matter where you are, we can give you back your life. Can't give you back the years. I don't know enough. I'm not sure anybody knows enough to do that. But we can certainly give you back your life, where you can get down on the floor and play with your grandchildren and not have to plot a way to get up. See, you're not old enough for that yet. But you will. Huh?
were you referring to me?
Yeah, both of you.
Well, I'm a lot older than I look. And one of the reasons I would love to have you on my show is because I moved to New York 3 years ago and discovered I have an autoimmune disease that was either misdiagnosed in California, or I don't believe I have it. I don't like to own those kinds of labels, but I've had some manifestations of something. So there's something going on, but whatever it is, I'm going to kick it. I don't let these things invade and take over my body.
One of the reasons I went back into practice, besides my wife telling me I was spending too much time and too much involved in the lives of NCIS Los Angeles, because little kids were showing up in the ER room. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9 years old. I'm going to kill myself. I worked with kids for 25 years in that period. I never had a kid tell me. I had some teenagers, but I never had a kid say that. And I was introduced in 1983 to the AO scan, and that's why I'm back in practice. because the AO scan is a voice-activated scan that I can do over the internet, and it looks at your entire body. Gives me a 213-page printout. So there can be things that the doctors don't know how to find. The AO scan, as I've done several hundred of them, and I'm an acupuncturist. I'm a technician. That's all. I was a technician. But this scan is actually like going to an Oriental medical doctor who does pulse diagnosis. And you've got 12 or 14 pulses running around in your wrist. And he reads all of those. And the real Chinese master, he comes up with 2 or 3 points to treat. I wasn't there, but I got the job done. But that's what this does. It looks at what's going on inside your body. It looks at what's going on inside your brain. Because you see, if your gut is inflamed, your brain is inflamed. Mm-hmm. And if your brain is inflamed, you're going to have problems with the messages going back and forth. So, you know, it all starts in the gut. And I figured that out in 1987. So, I mean, if you're trained to observe what happens and say, oh, wow, we had breast implant ladies come in 1992, 93, somewhere in there. And we had 2 groups come through. And one group came from California. Another group came from New York. And they were basically homogeneous groups in terms of they all were about the same age, they all had the same problems, they all had the same health issues. And so we would do 2 weeks at home and 3 weeks in the clinic. And what we would have them do is we would send them what I called a rotor-rooter for your gut. I mean, it would just go in there and clean. And then we sent them something that refluoridated their gut. And they came in with they were all in that one. You got to have regular bowel movements. Got to have at least 2 a day. Don't get on the airplane if you don't. And we tested them. Now, remember, we were working with head injured people, chronic pain, head, car wreck people. So we tested them. I didn't see any reason to test the toxic people that came in. So what I did, I said, you know, look, why don't we just, I said to the vocational evaluator, why don't we put something together and see what happens? And what happened? Now, we did something that took about 35 or 40 minutes. You know, we looked at their speed of processing, their eye-hand coordination, their memory, the ability to recognize words. So we did all of that. And then we did it when they left. And by golly, there was improvement. Camille told me that. And I said, I was shocked. I really didn't think there would be. But these people actually improved their functioning as a result of the treatment that we did was cleaning their gut out. So if we cleaned their gut out and their brain functioning got better, there had to be a connection. Nobody liked that. But that's how I came up with that. You know, you have to look at watch what you do. So anyway, that's my story.
I love that. You're totally figuring it out. You're looking at it. You're actually thinking about what's happening here versus just, you know, oh, you check this box, move on. That's what it takes to really get to the bottom of things.
And I learned that actually out in California from a guy who had a clinic in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there was a new burgeoning medical discipline that was called environmental medicine. And it's still around. There are people out who practice environmental medicine. But that was basically looking at how people got sick from the environment.
Hey, hi, Jenny Lynn. How are
Hi,
you?
Mark. So good to
Hi.
see you.
Good to see you, honey.
I'm
Hi,
on here.
Sue. Hi,
Welcome.
Dr.
Glad you're here.
Harvey. Thanks, guys. I can't stay very long, but I want to introduce my dear friend, Jenny Lynn.
So sweet.
She and I have known each other for, I wanna jokingly say about 200,000 years.
You go way back.
She's one of the cutest ladies I've ever met.
So sweet. Thank you, Mark.
We worked at the TV station for years and years. She would work on my crew. She had one or two of her own shows. She's been in television for, I don't know, since Lincoln was in short pants. And she's interviewed a lot of very famous people. Steve Wozniak and some of the major political leaders out here in California. What do you want to tell us today? What do you want to share today, Jenny Lynn?
I did before you came, and one thing I did say is that I credit a lot of who I've become in that field to you, because you were one of the people who trained me, and that's something I hold close to my heart. I would like to think that I'm a very good television producer and interviewer, and that's because you taught me how to be the best. So the credit goes to you, Mark.
Oh, God bless you, honey. And Jenny Lynn, I really invite you guys to check out her show. Mm-hmm. Where's the best place for people to find your show, Jenny Lynn?
YouTube. I had a website, and it got confiscated by pornography. Can you believe it?
Yes.
I believe it. No, the world.
And so I haven't had another one made because they're charging you so much to host the platform. So currently, YouTube, Instagram, I gave them my YouTube link already.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to send it via email if it's necessary. Yeah.
All right. Very nice. Well, thanks for coming on, honey. And these people that you're meeting here, Sue and Dr. Harvey and Kurt and Emily, are all just God-fearing people that you can contact anytime on your own. You know, Sue raises monkeys in the backyard, so that's why they let me come on the show.
You're so hard on yourself.
Well, I just love all you guys so much. I feel so fortunate to be even part of this group.
Well, I know they're fortunate to have you because you have a heart of gold and you're always promoting everyone. So God bless you. And on behalf of all the people who are doing better because of you, I thank you.
Thank you, honey. Just stay as long as you want or as little as you want now, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Take care.
Love
God
you.
bless you.
Stay safe, okay?
All right. God bless you, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care, Mark.
Yeah. Hi. You staying, Dr. Harvey, or not?
I'll stay for a little longer. I blocked off an hour.
You don't have to stay, but I sure like to get to know you better because unbeknownst to Sue, you and I were emailing back and forth, right?
a while ago.
I wrote you up that big fancy quote that you, I don't know, whatever.
Yes, you did.
So,
I remember that.
So silly of me to do that, but anyway, anybody want to ask me questions or ask Jenny Lynn some more questions? She just does such a marvelous podcast or show. You guys, you know.
I hope I can live up to this.
Well, she does. She really does. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I do everything with God. And if you really do everything with God and you're authentically talking about God, it can't go wrong. That's all.
Jenny Lynn lives in New York City now for what, maybe 10 years?
No, not that long, only 4.
Not that long?
I don't like New York though. I would do anything to go back to California.
Well,
I couldn't understand how you could live in California and Mountain View and like New York.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I'm here because my mother is here and she can't really travel. So I wanted to be closer.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, but
I've got a job there.
Will never, and I also have a job here, but I will never this is how I described it. I was in Argentina because I have a daughter there, and I just got back, and I remember landing at JFK and thinking, when I go home to California, and I've traveled around the world, especially for my show, I land in San Francisco and I'm like, yes, I'm home. I'm really excited. I come back to New York. I'm like, oh my God, I'm back in the zoo. I don't live. I just exist. I swear, I don't know what God's plan is, but I hope I'm not going to be here for another 5 years. So people here have a very different mentality, and every morning I start the first half an hour of my day in prayer, and as soon as I hit the freeway, the first word out of my mouth is like, God, I can't help it. The minute you hit the freeway, like the battle starts. They don't call it freeway here, they call it something else, but it's the equivalent to what we call a freeway. And all the way to work, it's a battle. And it's not my thing, so that's the main reason I don't like it here. So I don't live here, I just exist.
It seems like driving inside New York City would be a very challenging thing to do anyway.
I'm actually in a city, but I'm not in Manhattan. I'm in Queens, a borough called Queens, and I work on Long Island. So
I've never been east of Philadelphia, so I wouldn't be able to tell Queens from a field of wheat, you know. Anyway,
that's a real schlep to go from Queens to Long Island.
Yes, it's about an hour every day, and I in general don't like the mentality of the people here, so I really haven't developed many, like what I would call friendships, maybe a handful. And I think that's what I miss the most about California is like people like Mark, you know, like every now and then we got together, had lunch. I knew where everything was. Even if I know where it is here, I don't feel safe driving. The first year I had 3 accidents in 1 year, to where I don't even have coverage now. I have liability because nobody will cover me. And I didn't cause any of them. But here it's a no-fault state, so it doesn't matter.
Now, you said your mother lives in New York City?
Yeah, my mother's always been here. She lives in Brooklyn.
Now, you have 3 children, right?
2.
You have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
You're saying one's in Argentina. Where's the other one?
In San Francisco. She works for an AI company in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always mistake where my friends' kids live. I always, anyway, Trina, I don't know you, honey. Welcome aboard.
Glad you're here. Do you want to come on in and introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm usually in Mexico with Marianne, but now I'm back home in Canada. and
Nice.
managed to figure out a way to get on.
Well, good to see you.
Thank
that
you.
That Marianne is a firestorm of activity.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we love her.
She's just, yeah. Tell us about yourself there, Ms. Redmond.
Well, I'm back in Canada. I'm an EA at one of the schools near Swiftburn, Saskatchewan. So I'm freezing my tush off. I'd rather be back in Mexico where it's warmer. But Marianne asked me to join today because we were going to read a bit of her book and talk a little bit about it.
Well, she's got so many books that she's putting in classrooms around the world. That's such a beautiful thing.
That's right.
I've had her on the show a couple of times. So.
And she was on earlier, and she'll be hopping back in, I think, shortly here. So glad you're here.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good,
we won't wait for her to come back then to do that.
All right.
Okay,
well,
we can wait.
Good.
Yep.
And Sue, if I may ask, in case anybody else ever wants to know, I emailed Emily earlier in the week, and I CC'd you and Kurt asking which of your 60 to 80 shows per day is appropriate for a for-profit person.
I would say most anything. We're happy to highlight what people do and where they're at. So there's nothing that's really restrictive. The only show we do that does have any kind of restriction is just the radio show that we do live on Wednesday nights. That's with River West Radio, and they have their FTC licensing is that they are a nonprofit, so we cannot mention prices. You can't do any call to action.
No,
but outside of that, we don't have any other restrictions.
All right. Well, Emily said it, and I try to think of her as my supervisor. So she said, rather than have a for-profit person come on here, World of Ability, have them get in touch with her, and she would put them in some show. So that's what's probably going to happen. So next week, the guest I will probably have on will probably be myself, given that it's, holidays and everybody's busy. And then in January, I hope to have the dean of a satellite of one of the Midwestern universities. So that's we're probably in. Yeah, so not much else for me to say, you guys. I might as well. I just love you all very much, and I like to sign off my own show by saying the most important thing I'll say today is I love you guys. That transcends any interview that we would do. I'm seeing my doctors very regularly. All my doctors are a pain in the ass, and each one of them wants more things than I can deliver, but I'm trying to at least get better or stay the same. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
You know, Mark, that's what I do.
What's that?
I'm 80 years old.
Okay. And
What?
You don't look 80.
I'm 80 years old.
And you're saying that because what? I'm not drawing a conclusion.
Well, I'll tell you this, and most people won't like it, but as long as you stay around allopathic doctors, you're going to end up dead quicker.
Okay.
This is why I keep wondering how you are still around, because I had a few on my show and they all died strange and mysteriously.
What allopathic doctors? Yeah, they
There's
have.
one. I kept telling him, you need to be careful. He was on my show twice, showing
Yeah.
how he was curing cancer patients, and then
You can't do that.
You just
Back
died.
in
It's young,
back
healthy
in
man.
the 1980s, I did really well until the FBI raided me. And I told the breast implant women, I said, I'm going to do this till the FBI shows up. And when they show up, I'm done. They showed up and I was done in 1997. But I had to be careful. I had to play their game. I had a wife, kid, car, kid in college. I had to, the MDs that referred to me were saying, well, you know Harvey, he's got some pretty strange ideas, but he's usually right. And that's because they did everything and their stuff didn't work.
See, I was pushing doctors like you, and then they started watching me, so I had to dial it back because I know for a fact they're watching me.
When was this?
As recent as last year, he was coming on my show and he was healing people using scalar light. All they had to do is send him the pictures, and I know 2 people who had stage 4 cancer, and then the doctors couldn't explain how it vanished. The next thing I know, this healthy guy, there's no way he died naturally. Nobody will tell me that, and I will accept it. And this is why I was listening to you earlier, and I was going to ask you, but then Mark came on and the conversation deviated. But, people like you who can really help people are being taken out. That's the world we're living in.
Well, I'll tell you, at my age, I really don't give a damn anymore. I'm tired of having my friends die. I had one of my best friends here in Dallas die, and he didn't have to. He had diabetes. I have diabetes. I don't take insulin. I don't take any medication. My last A1C was 5.8. Now, that is very good. It's not great. It's very good. And what doctors don't tell you is diabetes is a progressive degenerative disease. It is only going to get worse no matter what you do. And the only thing that they have to offer you is insulin and pills. Insulin is a two-edged sword. Insulin can save your life, but it can also wreck your kidneys. And that's why you see these dialysis centers around. And I can tie that fast food, tie it up in a little bow and put a knot and put a bow on it. And it's directly related to what we eat. However, now it's related to the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. So, that's why you have to work with you have to work with the whole thing. It isn't just here, take these pills. You are take these supplements or do this drink. It's like one of the things I use is ASEA. And I use ASEA in my practice. Why? Because it stops you from getting worse. It doesn't cure anything. I don't care what they tell you. It doesn't cure anything. Because in order to cure something, let's not use cure. In order to improve your health, you have to have nutrition. Your body is a factory. It's a chemical factory. You've got 57 trillion cells, and my 57 trillion cells are different than your 57 trillion cells. The cells in my brain are different than the cells in your brain, and the whole thing works off of electricity. So what do you need for your brain to work? Sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. A few others, but you got to have those 4. And then you got to have B-complex vitamins. And you have to have a few other things like vitamins, because your body doesn't make vitamins. Nobody tells you that, but your body doesn't make it. So I try to do what's going to make people well. That's I've always done that, and I've always treated the problem. I don't treat symptoms. I want to find out what it is that's causing this problem, and then start from there and put out what we need to have to keep you well, to get you well. That's our thing. Live better, longer, naturally. that
I
whole thing.
advocate for myself because when I found out that I have the autoimmune they say I have something, but I'm not owning that. What I noticed was the doctor scared me the first day. He said, "You have a rare autoimmune and it's associated with cancers." And
All autoimmunes are.
so we suspect there's a cancer somewhere. Well, I didn't have any cancer. I don't, and I will not have any cancer. But my issue with the medical system in our country is, for someone that was told I have a rare autoimmune, my doctor, I wait 45 minutes to see him on top of my appointed time. And when he comes in, I'm lucky if he spends 10 minutes with me.
You are.
And
10
when
minutes.
I ask questions, his answer always is, well, it's the disease. And because I refuse to accept that, I've gone out and advocated for myself, and I have discovered my hair was falling excessively, not because of my autoimmune, but because my body was lacking iron, sorry. And they consistently tested me, but clearly no one tested me for iron. And I get more medical bills coming out of my pores. I am not paying any of them outside of what my insurance pays. I'm not paying anything else because I'm not getting the care that deserves any more of my money. Period. And that's what they don't like me.
One of the things I give people, especially with the age group I treat, is iron.
What?
As iron.
Yeah.
Here's the thing you have to understand about iron. Your blood, your body knows where your blood needs to go. You don't have to tell it. It knows where the brain sends it where it has to go. But your blood has to first be able to get there. So if you're a diabetic or you're obese, you number one have to push more blood through the cell, through the veins and the arteries. And what happens is as we get older, we don't produce enough nitric oxide to brighten it. So that's why you have high blood pressure. What heals your body is oxygen. I don't care what anybody, it's oxygen. That's what heals. So in order for you to have the oxygen, you have to have red blood cells. Red blood cells are made in the long bones. So if you've got a problem with osteopenia or osteoporosis that you may not know about, you're going to have problems making healthy red blood cells. Now, the next thing is you're going to have oxygen, and you get that in your lungs, and you say, oh, well, I can breathe. I know how to breathe. No, most people, especially I bet you, Jenny Lynn, you breathe from here. You don't breathe from,
yeah,
right.
Can you tell?
Well, no, I can tell because that's something that people that are neurotoxic have a problem with. They don't breathe. You don't sweat either, but that's another issue. So here's the thing. I need to get oxygen to your cell. And so I got to make sure you breathe and your blood picks it up. But I've got to have something to bind that oxygen to your cell, to that red blood cell. And there's only one thing that does that, iron, right? So I'm going to give you iron. I'm not going to worry about you becoming iron toxic because I'm going to ask you questions that are going to tell me whether you need iron or not.
When are we doing the show?
You have to send me, I'm ready. So,
okay, we'll do it next week.
Now here's the other thing. That oxygen cell molecule has to get into the cell that needs it. That's a problem. So I make this very, very simple. This is not what I would teach at a medical school. This is really simple. All cells kind of work like this in one manner or the other. They all have a key that you have to open the cell to let stuff in. So what I say is this: you need magnesium, calcium, sodium, and potassium. And you need one more thing. you need a fuel to cause the spark. You know what that fuel is? Cholesterol. Every cell has cholesterol in it. If you try to get rid of all the cholesterol, your battery's going to go out. So what happens is the calcium is the way into the cell. It gets into the cell, and we have the spark, and we have the cholesterol. So the sodium and the potassium make a spark. It ignites the cholesterol and then the oxygen. And it's really simple, but you can picture that in your head. That's the way it works. Also,
we're going to do a series.
Okay,
we're going to do a series of shows because people need to do.
Well, let me finish, because this is the point where people get sick. Right here. It's called autophagy. It's called getting rid of the dirt. That's what ASEA does. That's why it keeps you from getting worse. It's helping to clean your cells out. I mean, there's a guy I treated, he was on ASEA for 12 years, drank a bottle a day, but he was still in a wheelchair. Right? It doesn't fix anything, it just kind of keeps, it's beneficial for that. And believe me, they know that's what I say, and they don't like it, and I don't care. I think they charge too much money for it anyway. But they all do. They all do, and that's one of my complaints.
Medicine is a money-making machine. It's not an
oh boy, you better believe it. And cancer is a multi-billion-dollar a year business. Now, let me tell you where the cancer comes from. At night, you sleep, and that's when your body fixes itself. The little street cleaners come out. They're called glial cells, and they come out and they clean out the cells. But in order to get the waste out of your cells, because you have to have magnesium. That puts it back into the bloodstream or into the lymph system. Here's the thing. Your blood has to have some place to dump. One place. Your gut. And if your gut's backed up, that waste just recirculates. And I want to tell you something. Your body has amazing places where it can store waste. What you're seeing now, you think about this. When did we see all these problems with psoriasis and eczema? I mean, when I was back in the pharmacy business, you had something, yeah, everybody had zits, and you had, and just a few people had eczema. Now, everybody, little babies have it. Where does it come from? It comes from a system that doesn't work. And to fix it isn't that difficult, and it's not that expensive.
And they know. They know, but they don't want to, because then they can't sell the drugs.
Well, I'll tell you this. They may know, but they're not going to tell you they know. Because if they tell you that they know, they'll lose their license.
Or they wind up dead. Can I tell you guys a quick story?
He must have been doing something to wind up dead.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but let me tell you a quick story. There is a woman called Judy Malkovich. I'm sure you've heard of her. Dr. Judy Malkovich. She found a cure for cancer, for AIDS. She worked with Fauci and Bill Gates, and a lot of them during the time of COVID. She found out what was really going on with COVID and decided she wasn't going to be a part of that. So she got away from them and she started publishing papers and doing interviews telling the truth. We got a call at the TV station that this doctor wanted to come on to talk about COVID. The director of the TV station called and asked me if I would interview her. And I said, why me? And they said, "You're one of our better interviewers." And I thought, is that true? Or am I the one you want to throw under the bus? So I said, okay, I'll do the interview, but depending on the content, I may not put it up because I'm not ready to die. And they're already watching me because of the kind of content I bring. So at the end of the show, my director said, "Jenny, don't post that video. Don't." So I didn't, but I kept it in my archives. Since I moved to New York last year, I heard we were going to have another COVID-style pandemic. So I went into my archives, I pulled out the interview with Judy, which I would be happy to send to you guys, but I just can't send it through a link. It would have to be airdropped. And I know sooner, and I've been producing television going on 16 years. This is the first time I ever got a ticket from YouTube. They pulled my video down and they gave me a yellow ticket, and they said that the next time they have to talk to me about content like that, they're going to give me a second ticket and then they'll just ban me from YouTube. And there was nothing in that video that would warrant that kind of reaction, except she's telling what they don't want people to know about COVID. So this is where I'm coming from when I make comments like they wind up dead, because I've been down that road and I am on binoculars. They're watching me because I don't do my show for fame or fortune. I want a better world. And I believe if everyone just sits back and points at what is wrong with the system and there are no solutions or no types of repair or change, then what's the point in just sitting and saying what is wrong? And so currently I am doing a series on our education system and the need for revamping it, especially now in this time of AI. And we've done 3 or 4 videos on this. And so, you know, I am not interested in wealth and famous people. I don't care about these famous people because what I know about them tells me I don't want anything to do with them. And so it's not that I'm judging, but when you have the evidence in front of your face, if you turn your face the other way, you deserve to deal with the ramifications of being stupid. And to me, that's what I would be if I continue to know what I know and walk that same path. So I take the risk of being a journalist who wants to bring the truth because, like you, I want people to live their best life and to be healthy. And you can only do that if you're not doing the things that are endangering your health and your life. And so enough, I don't want to take over your show. Nothing else to be said, but I am looking forward to interviewing you.
I'll share a story with you. My company, Biotech Institute, amongst the clinics and everything, we also worked on mass toxic torts. And we did a couple that were, let me see, they involved uranium and uranium miners. And then my partner in Tennessee, he decided that he wanted to take on Livermore Laboratories because he lived there on the Ohio River, Tennessee, whatever river he lived on, and Livermore Laboratories. And he said, and he was working actually with a guy who was a state senator, I think. And people there were getting really sick. They're still getting really sick. And I said, okay. So I said, I'll come up there, and I was going to drive. I mean, we spent the night in New Orleans, and then we went up and driving on the road, and all of a sudden tractor trailer stops, and I go off the road, and we end up, and I'll never say anything bad about Alabama. we ended up at the hospital in Montgomery, and they were really wonderful. They took care of us. But I didn't make it for the meeting. So we came back home, and then in July, we set the meeting up again. And I was flying to Tennessee, and the plane kept getting delayed until finally it was about 10:30 at night. And I asked the guy, I said, well, 9:30, is the plane going to take off? Take off at 10:30. Okay. So I said, I'm going to the bathroom. I went in the bathroom and I never came out. I was sick, and I called my son to come and get me. He worked at the airport for American Airlines at that time, so he sent the police. Are you okay? Yeah, I don't need anybody. Because when you got diarrhea and you're throwing up, you don't want to be in the hospital. That's the worst place to be. And when I got home, I was sick for 4 or 5 days, and I told Charlie, I said, we're not going to do this. You go out and take on somebody like Livermore Laboratories, you end up dead. That's where you end up dead.
Not a joke.
That's the universe saying, no, this isn't going to work. You got to have somebody bigger than me. And the thing about talking about it depends on the words you use, because their computers they're bots.
No, it's just her name. Didn't realize they had her name flagged, and in one little small portion of the video, her name was there, and the bots must have caught it.
Yep.
It's not a joke. I can't believe people still deny that stuff. I'm frustrated at how NPC robots.
It's what I say. I said, look, if you're a diabetic, I can help you stop the diabetes. It's never going to go away. You're always going to be a diabetic, always. And if you think you're not, I tell people, go out to Dairy Queen and get one of those big hot fudge sundaes and eat it, and see what your blood sugar is 2 hours later. If it's below 160, you're not a diabetic anymore, but it won't be. So, you're always going to be that way. The idea is you don't have to take the medicine. And when I was at the doctor I have to go twice a year because I was a diabetic in 1996, and I'm on Medicare, and I got to go twice a year to get checked. And I said, the insulin it's a two-edged sword. The insulin's going to cause kidney damage. And his response was, well, if the insulin doesn't cause it, the disease will.
They tell you things like that. Can you believe it?
Oh yeah, he and I, he's been trying to give me statin drugs, and I told him when they first came, I said they're bad drugs. They're bad drugs. They screw up your liver. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to fix your liver, but they screw your liver up. So anyway, it's 2:10. I'm late. I enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I always learn so much when you're here, and genuinely, the conversation, this has been amazing. I truly hope you two can connect further and make things happen.
And by the way, I'm 67, so I'm not young.
No, you don't look old.
Well, that's
not at
because
all.
I take care of myself. Age is a number.
Yeah.
And yours isn't listed, right?
I'll send my contact information. You can get it from Mark, or you have it, right?
It's in the chat.
Okay.
All my information is in the chat.
Okay.
All right. And all you have to do is copy it. You know how to copy, right?
If I have trouble, I'll get it from Mark, because I don't think I've ever been on a Zoom like this before.
Well, if you click on the chat,
okay,
you'll open up a screen.
Okay.
And everybody will come down.
Okay. Let's see.
And up at the top.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
There are three little dots.
Yes.
If you click on that, it'll say save the chat.
Okay. I see it.
And you can actually go down and do show in the folder, and it'll tell you where it is.
Awesome. I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you. I enjoyed talking. Thanks, Sue.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr.
You're always welcome
Lovely
here.
to meet you too. Thank you for including me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for being here. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Same here. Let me know how I can help. If you find
Excellent.
someone else you want me to interview, just let me know. Because I
Excellent.
am here to promote these types of people.
Perfect.
Okay? Thank
Awesome.
you.
Appreciate you. Have a great
God
day.
bless. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh my goodness. You never know what you're gonna get when you come on here with this amazing collection of folks. And I know Lucas is in the room here too. I wanted to take a moment and say hello. How are you? If you're able to hear me, you're welcome to join the conversation. Oh, actually, I'm seeing the video or the sound is not connected here, so that's all right. Lucas, if you want to be coming on in, just go ahead and connect your sound, and you're more than welcome to join the conversation here. And I know Mary Ann was here. Let's see, who do I have left in the room? Actually, Emily, I see you're here. Do you want to reach out to Mary Ann and see if she and Trina want to come on back in? I know Mary Ann was busy and doing lots of stuff, but I know we lost Trina, and I don't have a way to get in touch with her. That would have to be through Mary Ann. So they were planning to do something with her book and reading from the book today. So if that's okay, if you want to reach out, that would be much appreciated.
It's okay. I'll see what I can do.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, so yeah, it's been an amazing week. World of Ability is, you never know who you're going to have coming on here and the conversations that are going to happen. I learned a lot in the last hour here. We also have, we have quite a few shows that we do throughout the week. I'm actually going to just pull up my calendar here. Give me a quick second to switch screens. And I want to just share so that it's easy to know how to find us and where we are, what we're doing. I just need to get to, oh yes. Because earlier today, we actually do quite a variety of things here. We even had the blessing of helping a friend out earlier today with of all things, live streaming the funeral service for her husband. He unfortunately lost his life recently here, and I know they have a lot of family across the country and not everybody could make it to the funeral, and she was doing her best to figure out how can we get people here without physically being here, and she thought of us, and we were able to help out with actually doing some live streaming, and we were in Zoom. A lot of them came and joined us on Zoom. And it was wonderful. Here, I'm actually gonna close just a few things. I've got a lot going on my computer right now, and I don't know if you guys are seeing my video be glitchy, but I'm seeing it. Hoping it's not too bad. And actually I just lost my tab. Let me pull up. So what I was gonna do here is just share really quickly what it is that we have going on throughout the week. There's a lot of shows that we currently are running, and here I am clearing the things. There we go. All right, let me share my screen so that this is easy to follow. So we have a calendar that I'm able to share this out. If anybody's interested in having this so that it's a handy reference, I am more than happy to do that. But this, throughout the course of the week, we don't have much in mornings for shows, but throughout the day, throughout the week, there's a lot going on. So this actually was what all took place this week. Every day at 12 o'clock noon, we have the shakedown. That is 15 minutes of music in motion. The 12 o'clock shakedown, and we're in Central Time Zone, so it's 12 o'clock noon here in Central Time Zone. But we are live. We're in Zoom, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're in lots of different places where it goes out to. If you ever want to be in the Zoom with us and participate truly with us, that invitation is wide open. You're welcome to do that. Just reach out to me so that I can get that that Zoom link for you. We do not just blast the Zoom link out there because it's not our account. There's another person who has graciously offered to allow us to use that. And that was one promise we made, is that we would not just, plaster it out there everywhere. But we will definitely hand it to anybody who is interested in being on with us. So send me an email at, I'll give you two different addresses, two different ways to reach me. Susan@projectdiehard.org. Again, Susan@projectdiehard.org. That is a great way to reach me. Otherwise, with all things related to Ability Network and what we're doing here, I have another address, abilityradio@gmail.com. Again, abilityradio@gmail.com. And that's actually where this calendar is located. I'd be happy to share this out as well. But daily, we have the Shakedown. On Tuesday afternoons, World of Water podcast. That's actually a newer one that has only been going for, since I believe October. And that's a great one to tune into. A gentleman that is extremely knowledgeable, that is sharing lots and lots of wisdom. That's a great place to go. And, you just missed the last VIP panel for Santa for this year. He is on the first and third Mondays of the month at 5:00 with Santa's VIP panel, Santa Papa John. Oh my gosh, this is a busy time of year for him. He is amazing. If you want to meet him and network with him, he knows everybody. He's Santa. So truly the nicest person you could ever imagine. He's doing a lot of good things. He does a lot on TikTok. He's got, did he hit 100,000 followers there? Between all his social medias, I know he's well over 100,000 connections out there. He's a really good person. He's all about giving back and just, he's one of us. He's one of the family. He's truly done so many good things, and I would love to see more people getting to meet him, because all the good that he's doing with what he is doing as Santa Papa John and beyond. He's great with connecting folks and being that helpful person. Monday nights is Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. I've got 6:15 on there because that's when we hop on Restream and get everything in order, and we run 6:30 sharp until 7:30. And we've got an interesting one for this coming Monday. Brian reached out and he has a great idea for Monday. So I've got, after the show's done, I'll be reaching out to 3 individuals to be inviting them on as guests for that particular show. It's truly all about keeping people up to date on what's happening with Project Die Hard, which their mission, providing hope to veterans and reducing suicide amongst the veteran population, being a resource, being all the things. And there's going to be a great conversation this coming Monday, so be sure to tune into that. World of Pets podcast on Tuesday nights with Debbie Hayes and company. That's always a good one. On Wednesday nights, if you missed last Wednesday's Ability MKE Now or the TDC Today Show communities, you need to go back and find that one. Before we're done, I will probably pull up just a picture so you can see what was on last week. That was I'm going to pop over there right after this. I'll come back to that thought. But Fridays, Revolutionize Your Marketing with John Petro Sr. On Saturdays, as always, we're here with World of Ability. Sundays, we have Blue Collar Crypto with Tim Trozian. He's got 2 short episodes that he does every Sunday. And then every other Friday, no, not every other. I take that back. It's the 2nd and 4th Fridays. I have in my head like it's every other, but it's the 2nd and 4th Fridays of the month that we have. We back up to that. Choose Greater Health. That's with Paige Spears, and she's wonderful. If you haven't caught one of her shows yet, you really need to check that out. World of Nutrition is once a month. That's on the 2nd Friday of the month with Marilyn Lemaire out of Hawaii. So that's another great one to tune into. And we do have others that are kind of one-off kind of things that we're happy to do. And there's a lot going on here. It's been a lot of fun. I've got one last thing I'm going to share. So I know I was just mentioning that we did an unusual, to me it was an unusual show, a very fun show on last Wednesday. Let me get to the right spot here. I'm just opening up. Oop, I'm so close. I think, again, I've got too many things open and it's popping around on me. Here is, I will bring it in momentarily here. I see, Lucas, it looks like you may be on the microphone now. So if you'd like to come on in and say hello, I would love that. Whenever you're ready, feel free to do that.
Okay, I can do that in a few minutes, okay?
All good. Yep, just holler when you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Glad you're here. So I'm gonna just run over here to our YouTube channel. You know what? I should have you doing this right with me as I am pulling it up, because then it will be fun to actually be able to share what that all looks like. So here is, this is our channel, World of Ability Network, World of Ability Podcast Network. You can see at the top there, it is at Ability Network. And when you're here, you can see if we have a live, like right now we're live. So that's going to be the top thing on here. Anything that's the most recent live streams that we've produced is first up on the screen. Videos that we've uploaded. And then we have quite a few different channels. Most of these are ones that I was just talking about as far as folks that are doing shows with us. There's quite a few on here now. I still have a few more to include in that list. But I'm going to come on up here to where we did our live last Wednesday. I'm not going to actually play it. I'm going to move forward here so you can see the crowd that we had in the house. It's kind of funny. It's all blurry today. I'm not used to having YouTube come in as being blurry like this on Zoom. This is I know Dr. Harvey was saying that is something that happens that he's seen before, but quite frankly, that has not been an issue for me in the past. I'm sad that this is so blurry. I can tell you on the screen, I'm up in the corner there. Michael Martin Hummel is next to me. He is always my co-host on Wednesday evenings. But as you look at the rest of the folks around the room there, here, I'll go to their website, spiritofbbking.com. And the gentlemen that are in this photo right here, those are the guys that were on with us. Currently, that website is forwarding on to this site where they actually have an event coming up on May 30th. And the gentlemen that were on there were part of the show with me on Wednesday. So I'm switched screens on you here. This is the event that they had done, the concert that they did back on December 6th. So just a couple weeks ago, it was sold out, and it says right on the screen here that this is a must-see concert. Come and enjoy this live show. BB King original band members Tony T.C. Coleman and Russell Jackson perform BB's classics with special guest star Don Bynum, formerly of the Commodores, also performing, in addition to Kenny Beaumont performing on guitar, emulating the BB King style and sound. Truly a night to remember, and it says right on here, take advantage of this opportunity and see these veteran players perform. Your quest awaits. So this, again, that's who we had on with us. It was Tony Coleman, who plays the drums. Russell Jackson is the bass player, and those two guys played with BB King for years. I believe Russell said he was with BB King for about 8 or 9 years, somewhere in there. Tony played TC. He played with him for 31 years. Can you imagine? The touring that they did, all the things that they saw, the places they played, said that they, for a good chunk of that, would have 300 nights in a year on the road performing. There's only 365 days in the year. 300 of them were shows. It's just, it actually makes my head explode. Like, how did they do that? That's amazing. And then they also had the saxophone player, special guest star Don Bynum. Oh my gosh, what a talent. If you go back and listen to our show, you'll get a little flavor, because he did play for us just a little bit on there. He used to play with the Commodores and several other bands. He is a massive talent, and you can even look him up on YouTube and listen to some different things that he's done, different performances he's done. truly a heart of gold. And he's a gentleman that we met last spring when we did the Vets in Need event. We had a telethon. The website that we're using at the time for that event was vetsinneed.org. I know there's still a lot listed on there, but we did an 8-hour telethon. I actually had 2 hours of that associated with Project Die Hard. That was part of, I got to the pleasure and privilege of hosting our 2-hour segment. And we had, what did we have? Somewhere between 30 and 40 guests that came on with us over the course of that 2 hours. When it went to the LA piece, the LA had 2 hours worth of that event as well. And Don Bynum was one of the main folks that was interviewed during that LA segment. And so I've had the privilege of getting to know a little bit about him ahead of time, back last spring. And the fact that he was able to come on and join us was extra special. And then Kenny Beaumont, he's an individual that I didn't really know too much about, but got to know a bit of him, and he played for us as well. Oh wow, what a talent. Amazing. All these guys together. Can you even believe what they can produce? How wonderful it is that they are able to be able to share their passion, share their talent like that. And they've got another event now coming up in May. So May 30th, if you're anywhere out in the LA area, they're going to be having another show. And I could just feel the fun that those guys all have together. And they were talking about how the energy that they give, they give their all when they're on stage, right? And they could feel the energy returned from the crowd at that last concert. And just that conversation of how that all flows. And I know they said that one of the songs, they pulled in a couple of songs from the Commodores since they had Don there. they talked him into, the guys all, like I said, look like they have a good time together, and decided to do a couple of the Commodore songs. And like Brick House, that one they said they performed, and I'm gonna blank on what the other song was that he mentioned now. There's another one, he said the entire crowd had their hands up and were swaying and everybody's singing together. And so it truly was a pleasure to have them on. And so much respect for those guys. They truly, when I think about musicians, I usually think about, they're so untouchable. They're gonna have big heads, and that, they're all about themselves. And these guys are the opposite. They just have absolute massive hearts of gold, and were so much fun to talk with, sharing stories. And I will forever be in awe of what they do and the talent that they have. Okay, right before the show, we were out Christmas caroling, and when I think about how much fun we had, we're not professionals, we're not musicians. We're out Christmas caroling, doing the best we can, and having fun and sharing the fun. And those that we got to sing, literally went house to house, knocked on a door, and if somebody was home and answered, we sang a song. And I had the jingle bells. I had the privilege of having the bells this time, shaking those. We had, how many of us were there? Like 9 or 10 of us out there, and just singing our hearts out, having fun and sharing the joy. And we had so much fun just in that hour of going door to door like that. And right after that, had this show where we had the professional musicians there. I know how much fun they're having on stage. You can see it, you can feel it. There were actually, I wonder if I can find the pictures that they shared with us as well. They had, let's see here. Switch here. Oh, and I'm seeing Lucas.
I was just gonna say Lucas has his hand up.
Excellent. Hi. If you're ready to chat, I'd love to have you come on in. How you doing?
Yeah. Hi, Sue. Hi, everyone. I'm doing good. I'm just driving right now in Warsaw, so it's a little bit busy, but I have a few more minutes, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to be here, and I could see the guests before, and it was so super interesting conversation although I didn't catch everything because I was late, obviously. But,
all good.
Yeah, but yeah, Sue, thank you for letting me express myself. I'm just right now. I'm a driver also in the evening, and attending the film school on the weekends, and everything is going well. I mean, it's so busy here in Warsaw. I have to say, it's actually I'm really surprised how busy it is, um, and it's good. It's just crazy. Yeah.
Crazy good. I like crazy when it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy good, and it's great to hear about the contribution you all are doing. Because I have been focused on myself lately, so it's good to be in that space. So I appreciate it.
Excellent. Well, and how is everything going in Wausau? Are you getting settled in? Things are going well?
Well, I'll be super honest with you, as I am always. Well, right now it's getting to kind of the things coming together, but slowly, step by step, because my decision was very sudden, and like from day to day, I moved from Belgium, so I'm still renting house in Belgium, and here basically didn't have a housing. Like yesterday, I slept in the car, so it's like it's rough. I have to say it's kind of rough, but and I'm doing it right. So because I took a chance and I'm committed to the film school, the things are going. It's not the way we think. I think it's more like the way the higher power designed in a sense. But yeah, but the things are going. So it's a journey for sure, right?
Right.
It's a journey, and it's lovely because I'm stepping back into my old shoes, which is like modeling and acting, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's really really amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I hope things smooth out real soon for you, because I know being in transition and things not being all settled, that's hard. But hang in there. Things will be good. Everything will be fine. What an adventure.
Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, absolutely. It is settling down. So I have to say, maybe until the end of the year, everything will be set. So yeah, the things are moving like strong. Yeah, well, thank you, Sue.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And well, I see we got Marianne popping back in here. I know she said she's in kind of a noisy environment. Do you want to come on and say hello?
Hi, happy holidays, everybody. I'm author Marianne of Waikiki, and we are celebrating tomorrow is winter solstice, December 21st, the beginning of winter. And our first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, is called, the first book is Underwater Acts of Kindness, features Noah, the hard-of-hearing whale. And we started the book off because we dedicated to Boynton Slat of the Ocean Cleanup, who's doing amazing projects of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. So we have a short chapter, first one called Hawaiian Vacation. We hope to have a book club every week, reading one of the chapters and introducing the characters, because we're showcasing on the Prophet TV with Dr. Anthony Sorelli and Denny's Restaurants in Texas. And Sue, I just got a royalty announcement from Amazon that someone bought a book or a coloring book. So we're getting out there, and we're also getting out there on On the Mark TV in 2026 on a kindness channel. So I don't know if you're able to read the first chapter, Sue. I'm not in a position kind of to do that. I put it and uploaded it. It's just a one page, and the book is called Underwater Acts of Kindness, and it starts on December 21st. Are you able to read it or showcase the video?
Yes, give me just a moment to download the photos you have on there, and I can do that. Yeah, and you'll have to send my apologies to Trina. The way the conversation ended up we didn't really get her in the way we'd hoped. So sincere apologies to her. I hope she can come back. I should have asked her what her timeline was. And I didn't. I should have done that first up so we could have taken care of her better. Let's see here. I've got, there we go. I am pulling these up. So what I'm seeing is where the book is dedicated, the acknowledgments, and then it says, Dear Reader. I don't see the actual first page of the book, though. Unless I got it. Oh, yes, it is. I just have to go up a little bit. My bad. Hang on. Yeah, download that one. The wonders of technology to be able to have all this at our fingertips like this. And let's see. Oh, I'm getting close. You know what? I was gonna say I could play the book trailer while I'm doing this, but if I do that, I might not be able to maneuver through here. So just give me a brief moment here while I get to the right spot, and I will gladly read this first piece. I believe it is this one. All right. Oh, excellent. Yes. You know what? Let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the book as I'm pages as I'm reading it as well. Here that is. All right. So December the 21st is known as the winter solstice and the darkest day of the year. During the season, in most parts of the northern hemisphere, frigid temperatures bring ice and snow. Here in the Hawaiian Islands, the tropical sun still heats the land and warms the air. Sunlight illuminates the deep waters of the Pacific Ocean and provides the perfect temperature for the return of the whales. Known to the Hawaiians as kohola, Hawaii's humpback whales migrate every December to this paradise. They travel some 4,000 miles from locations as far away as Alaska and Siberia. It is here in these warm waters that they rest, play, and give birth. A few nautical miles from Waikiki Beach, a friendly family of humpbacks has just arrived and their winter vacation is about to begin. Noah and his wife Splash play and frolic together. She breaches high out of the water, making an impressive aerobatic leap straight into the air. He responds with a resounding slap of his tail, followed by a jaw clap. Noah's father, Alpha, and his mother, Beta, are nearby. Let's give the couple some privacy, Beta suggests to Alpha as she steers him towards a private cove. Beta then breaks the joyous news to her husband. Splash and Noah are expecting our first grandchild. Excellent. And let me go ahead and go back and I can share the book trailer to go with this. And here it is. Oh, you know what? I'm almost there. I've shared the wrong screen. I have so many tabs open right now. It's hard to maneuver. Give me just a quick moment here. And underwater acts of kindness here.
What if you could help save the ocean just by listening to a story? Set sail with underwater acts of kindness. Join Noah, the hard of hearing humpback whale, and his marine friends as they take on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. On their journey between Hawaii and California, they discover an enormous pile of plastic, but with teamwork and courage, they plan to clean it up. With the guidance of Dod General of the New Earth Army, they rally ocean creatures and you to help restore our seas. Now available on Amazon Audible, listen as author Marianne of Waikiki narrates this inspiring adventure, featuring mesmerizing music by Lucy and the Perfect Wave and Nick's guitar, echoing the sounds of whales and dolphins. This book is dedicated to Boy and Slat, founder of The Ocean Cleanup, making waves for a cleaner future. Sing along with Noah's song and dive into a world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. After reading, visit the Acts of Kindness series YouTube channel for more adventures. Learn the ASL ABCS with Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab on YouTube, kids. Get coloring books now at www.actsofkindnessseries.com and Amazon. Plus, grab your New Earth Army t-shirt and pledge to protect our planet. Underwater Acts of Kindness by Marianne of Waikiki. Available now on Amazon, Audible, and actsofkindnessseries.com.
Excellent. Always love to be able to share that. So just checking in then, Marianne, anything else from you today? I know you said you were in kind of a loud place, so I just want to respect that, but I want to see what else is happening if you wanted to talk anymore.
Well, we were at the farmer's market, so we've just been socializing and wrapping up for the Christmas, and we had some reindeers that we made out of palm trees. I got bees here, okay? Seriously, there's a bunch of bees that got loose.
Oh, no.
They smell the honey. I'm serious. Yeah, someone dropped honey and non-stop bees all over. So anyway, we do have Eve the finger spelling bumblebee in our second book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. So we're going to be nice and be kind and be gentle and be calm. And so go out and play. It's our tagline. So glad we could share the first chapter one. Thank you so much for reading it. We'll have Trina join us next week, and we'll continue on every week with the chapters. So now you know who Noah is and his wife Slash. Now, I'm going to share a story. When I first went to Hawaii, I sat out there in the harbor. We're on the marina, and Leon talks about it. And I just looked out, and I was in awe. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm finally in Hawaii. And so I was reading an article by Noah. Sorry, there's a bee by my mouth. Okay, so
oh no,
I'm just really cautious. Now it wants the lime. And so anyway, I'm sitting there and I was learning about the super ferry at the time, and they shut down these ferries that transported cars between islands because it was affecting the marine life's hearing. And NOAA, which is National Oceanic Atmospheric Agency, had some article out there. I was reading a magazine or something, and I was sitting there in the harbor, and the acronym was SPLASH. And I was just like, how could they really test a whale's hearing in the water here, and know that they can acquire a hearing loss and how it's affecting the marine life. And, and the more that I read and the more that we learned about it, and obviously I got to live on a sailboat, which I'm so grateful for, and I got to interpret for my deaf friend Scott for over a decade. But all this garbage was floating around my sailboats, all the sailboats, and we wanted to know why. And so when we talk about these characters, there's a specific reason for their names, and to be of service and to learn sign language. And this is really what's happening. And it was happening. It's still happening. And look what we are doing with the ocean cleanup. And look at us now on the World of Ability. And now we're on nonprofit TV and soon to be on the Mark TV Kindness channel to bring that thought to action to happen. And I can't do it without you guys every single week. And especially Mr. Kurt Roskoff, your spouse, who's board directors there. I'm so excited for 2026. Great feedback from our new guests today that they're impressed with these book trailers. And this is what the world needs, and you are its messenger. So go out, play. You get a chance to play Lucy's music, even better. And thank you so much for, I don't want to say we're not wrapping it up at the end of the year, but I know Places of Business will be out for the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much. I'm the creative director, and I go by Marianne of Waikiki. And aloha! Mele kalikimaka.
Well, I didn't ever guess who just joined us. We've got Leon here. How you doing, Leon?
Hey, how's it going?
It is great. So glad to see you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Just been wrapping up our latest deal with Mariana. They got her into Airline Ambassador's latest article with the cool acts of kindness. So she can send a link out to everyone. She can send the link out that we airline ambassadors finally put an article about her. And it's going all over the world about what we're doing, what she's doing. So congratulations, Mariana.
Awesome.
And we're working on the Pay It Forward flyer for children's hospitals with Zach Clayton as well. And maybe Dale will create an AI baby like he did for Veterans Day. And my writer Suzanne Sims sent me like, hey, that type looks great with a New Earth Army t-shirt. And, we look forward to Inspire World in 2026 to create a baby kind clothing line. So good things are moving, especially on the kindness channel. And we'll get that flyer out to you as soon as I can, Leon. We're going to give a free ebook download of Cool Acts of Kindness on Christmas Day, especially for children and children's hospitals and families to share the story and to do our acts of kindness. And again, it goes to Zach Clayton and Santa Papa John and you, Leon, and Clean Water. And tomorrow I'm going to be on, Michael Hummel's podcast for caregivers and stories of diversity. And I'll be following Lee Rosenblum. Remember Lee Rosenblum?
Oh, yeah.
Leon? So he's in Los Angeles. So we got great people that we met through Happy Neighborhood Projects. And again, what a great way to end the year. And thank you so much. And aloha, malikalikimaka, feliz Navidad. I'm Mariana of YPP.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I just sent the link with the article with you're in that article that Airline Ambassadors just put out. I just put the link in the chat. So, yep.
Got it on the screen now. It says Holiday Party for Clean Water Foundation.
Yep, that's the one. And if you stroll up, you'll see Marianne's thing. And also they got the song from Lucy Lynch. If you keep strolling, you'll see that, the Cool Acts of Kindness, and that's going all over the world. Coffee to Change Lives, and they even did the song. There you go, Lucy Lynch's song. So yeah, she's in the Airline Ambassadors article along with our party we're having on the 27th, our fundraising party. So, yep, she just went around the world.
Oh my gosh, how exciting is that?
Yeah, and it all started with the World of Ability, putting us all together. And now we got Airline Ambassadors, American Airlines nonprofit, that put that article out about what we're doing and what she's doing. So working together works.
Oh my gosh, I love it. What great news. Oh, I'm thrilled to see this and to hear this. And wow. And Marianne, did you get that link? Otherwise we can send it your way as well. But yeah, this is amazing. You're in the book. Look at this.
She's in the books.
Awesome. Oh, so happy to hear it. I'm so happy to see this.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and the holiday party that we've done along with us, we just sent, that article is about us sending water units to Cuba and computers with a dance company in Cuba. So 480 children, 450 children got clean, fresh drinking water. They're personally taking the water units and filters, our custom-made water, to Cuba on the 26th of December. And those kids will have water for Christmas, clean, fresh drinking water in Cuba, along with computers that we all fundraise for and the water units. So that's, what a great Christmas to be able to do that.
Exciting. Oh, can you imagine how much better, how much different 2026 is going to be for all of them? What a difference you made.
Yes, indeed. 2026 is going to be great for them, especially children that didn't have drinking water. And if you Google the water crisis in Cuba, you'll see the infrastructure, the water they're drinking contaminated. So for us to bring in clean, fresh drinking water and bring those water units in was amazing. Like you said, what a 2026 difference for those kids. And computers too. So it couldn't be better than that. And to work with the dance company. So we're planning on going to Cuba in 2026, and we're going to have open those doors up even more. So that's, really, really wonderful.
That is such good news. Oh, congratulations on getting that all together and making that difference. Oh my gosh. How did you connect with the folks in Cuba?
Speaking of opening doors, I was contacted by a long friend that I met in Hawaii back in the day. Patrick Cole Jazz Band. He used to play at Snappers there down by the Harbor Pub with Andy and them. And he wanted to know if I was back in Waikiki. And I said, no, I'm on cruising for Clean Water Foundation in San Carlos. So some of you saw my pictures on a $1 million yacht yesterday. My neighbor is the captain. So we got to see clean water out here. But Leon, I want to introduce you to Patrick Cole because he's relocated to Japan and he's doing a lot of concerts at hotels. And, you know, Japan is part of Hawaii as well. A lot of people come over and he has a condo in Hawaii too. That's where, and anyway, I told him, wouldn't it be cool to get you and your band in the Airline Ambassadors newsletter for 2026? So he's up for it. So I know we're going to Cuba, but let's think about Japan and having him part of the Coffee with a Cause as well. So we got another people interested in helping out with getting clean water units into Japan with their music and fundraisers.
Well, we're actually connected with Dr. Emoto in Japan, the Messages of Water. That's one of our partners with Airline Ambassadors and the Clean Water Foundation. So we can definitely put that together with the Dr. Emoto group. But yeah, how we got into Cuba was the dance troupe. I knew one of the dancers here in Seattle that was part of the dance troupe in Cuba. And they reached out to me and said, hey, you think you can help us out in Cuba? And we can fundraise to get these kids water because some of the dance company members are from Cuba. And they were telling me about how poorly the infrastructure and the water and the children that's getting the diseases and the families from the lack of clean, fresh drinking water. And I say, yeah, we actually make custom made water units. Let's do a fundraiser and get them some water units. So we did the fundraiser and was able to raise enough money to get 450 children and their families clean, fresh drinking water, along with computers that was donated also. And it's in that article. But yeah, that's how we connected up. Like Sue said, how did you connect up through one of the dance troupe members? And that's why I say working together works. And you got to be out there networking because you never know who you're going to run into. And just like we got the mansion donated to us to have this fundraiser on the 27th. And from that fundraiser, we're going to be taking the funds for Cuba, the Hopi Navajo Reservation in Zambia. We actually got some speakers that'll be at the event on the 27th to talk about the Zambia, Africa water situation where we just sent water units just this summer to. So to now have Cuba on our list too, you know, now we're fundraising for 3 places, the Hopi Navajo in Arizona, Zambia, Africa, and now Cuba, which is great. So everybody, we're spreading the love, we're spreading the wealth for everybody. And to get everybody involved is amazing. But like I said, it couldn't have happened without World of Ability connecting us all up, keeping us motivated to go out there and do things. And now look at what's happening. Just like Sue said, 2026. It's going to be a great year.
It is going to be a great year. And I love eat, drink, and be merry. Who doesn't want to get together and have fun, celebrate, and do good all at the same time? So it says, come on over for cocktails and Christmas cheer at Vicky Towns on Saturday, December 27th at 7 p.m. Oh my gosh. I hope you have so many people that you don't know where to put them all.
That's right. And it's a mansion. So imagine getting a mansion donated, like down the street from Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos' house. I mean, you couldn't get no better than that. If you had to rent that out, it would cost a lot of money. So to get it donated is amazing. And that's why I said, you know, the working together works, getting the word out, you know, and people want to get involved. So it's just been it's a great run. And now to even have American Airlines nonprofit put Mariana's things in their article that's going to go all over the world, which is super cool.
Literally worldwide, covering the planet.
Worldwide. So it's been it's like you said, the end of a 2025, great 2026. And we're going to do more, a lot more. It only just begun.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I mean, the concept, world of ability, the ability for these wonderful things to keep connecting and happening and moving forward and making the impact you're making on all those kids, all those families, it just makes my head spin and my heart warm. And I'm so glad that you're doing what you're doing.
Well, it couldn't have never happened without you guys, because like I said, the World of Ability really give us a lot of motivation to go out there and do more and to meet the great people that we've been connecting up with. And, we're spreading the word. So it couldn't get any better than that. What they say, just when we thought it was great, it got even greater. Because I had no idea that I would be getting a mansion donated for a party. And actually, they came to us. We would like to donate a mansion. So, there's one thing that you're out there saying, hey, can we get some help? And another thing, when people are calling you, we want to help. That's amazing.
That's a definite turning point in how things go, right? You guys it's catching on. It's getting wheels of its own to move forward faster and faster and bigger and better. And Leanne, I love what you're doing. I'm so glad to hear this. So glad to see that link to the article. I'll make sure to get that shared out as well.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yep. And it's got World of Ability on there. In that poster, you can see World of Ability on there. That's why I said we're going all over the world with that article. So that's really great.
I'm glad we could be of help.
Oh my gosh,
you guys were big time help, big time, and motivation. That's the key.
Awesome. Well, we're just coming up at the end here, Leanne. Any last words you want to share before you go today?
I would just like to say that's so wonderful that we got those kids Water for Cuba for Christmas. With this great show of World of Ability with you and Kurt. I mean, it's just been amazing how you motivate us. And, for the Christmas party on the 27th, we'll take pictures, send it to you guys. And to be able to provide, 3 countries where they really need clean, fresh drinking water, to be able to do that is amazing. And we'll be able to do that in 2026. We already got an agenda along with the private equity company that'll be working with us to actually do water treatment plants. So it's going to be a great 2026, just like you said. So thank you, Sue, for giving us the confidence and the motivation, for being with great guests around, the country, and for us to move forward. So it's really great. Thank you very much. And we'll keep you updated on the 2026, and everybody have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leon. I'm so proud of what you guys have done and what you are doing, and to be so motivated to move forward and make such a difference. And I love it. I love it when great things happen. When good people get together, great things happen, and you are proof of that. So thank you for all the things you're doing, Leon.
Well, thank you.
So, and Marianne, I'm going to ask you the same question. Any last words as we wrap up for this, the last Saturday before Christmas? I know we definitely want to remind people that they can go get your books on Amazon. Any last words from you today, Marianne? And I know she's in a noisy place, so I'm not sure if she can hear right now. It's all good.
Yeah, I think she's at that. I know she just sent me some pictures. She's jamming.
Excellent. Well, that's what it's all about, having fun and enjoying. And I love all the wonderful things. We had quite the group today here coming together on World of Ability. I am always grateful. We are here every Saturday from 1 to 3. Bring your friends, come on in, have fun with us, join the conversation. If you want to reach out, you can always get me at abilityradio@gmail.com. Again, abilityradio@gmail.com. And on my screen here, you can see our YouTube channel, Ability Network. Go ahead and head on over there, subscribe, listen to all the things. There's so much good that's going on, and so many amazing people who have shared with us over the years here. Stay tuned this upcoming year. We're going to be doing a few different things. Some events are going to be coming up that you'll hear more about very, very soon. So we started getting things organized on that yesterday, and definitely more to come in the very near future. So stay tuned for that. But again, my name is Sue Roskoff, and truly, as always, we thank you.
Have a great one. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Awesome.